You are standing in a perfectly peaceful, sunlit garden. The air is still. There are no predators. There is absolutely no immediate danger. And yet, deep inside your chest, a quiet panic takes root and explodes. This is a flawless Tuesday evening. For the first time in months, your life is stable. Your bills are paid, your health is fine, and the person you love is in the kitchen making dinner, humming a tune you recognize. This is the exact moment you have spent years working toward. But as you sit there, you don't feel grateful. You feel a crawling sensation under your skin. An unexplained tightness grips your throat. Your brain scans the room like a radar sweeping a war zone, searching for a threat that isn't there. Because your brain cannot locate a real predator, it manufactures one. You walk into the kitchen and see a single dirty spoon on the counter. Usually, you wouldn't care. Tonight, that spoon feels like a personal insult, a symbol of disrespect and laziness. You open your mouth, and within minutes, the humming stops. The dinner is cold, and you are standing in the middle of a screaming match. You have successfully sabotaged the peace because your brain doesn't know how to exist outside of a crisis. This is a state called chaos familiarity. This behavior is the result of the nervous system architecture you constructed in childhood. If you pick fights when life is quiet, you likely grew up in an environment where peace was never permanent. A slammed door meant a 3-day silence. A parent's good mood was just the lead-up to an outburst. Your body adapted to survive. You developed hypervigilance, learning to read microscopic shifts in someone's facial muscles, or gauge the specific tone of footsteps in the hallway. Survival meant anticipating the storm before it hit. In a chaotic home, anticipating danger required physical preparation. Your body flooded with cortisol, building a layer of trauma armor to protect you from a threat always assumed to be lurking. Entering a stable environment changes your chemical reality. That continuous baseline of stress hormones plummets, causing a massive drop in dopamine. Your nervous system doesn't register safety. It registers withdrawal, leaving you with a profound sense of disconnection. Without the high-stakes energy of an active crisis, a calm life feels boring. There is nothing to fix, nothing to dodge, and no one to manage. This creates a tragic irony. Boring is the word your trauma uses for safe. Your nervous system is effectively punishing you for finally achieving the stability you spent years chasing. This biological mismatch turns you into a sleeper agent in your own relationships. You deliberately seek out partners who are kind and predictable. But once you have them, you find their calm suffocating. You begin projecting your internal chaos onto them. You misinterpret their quiet evening as hidden anger. You decide their easygoing nature is actually a lack of passion. Then the reflex kicks in. You look at the comfortable sanctuary you have built, and a desperate, twitching urge compels you to destroy it. You poke, prod, and provoke. You bring up old mistakes or criticize small flaws until your partner finally snaps. The screaming match begins, and your brain is instantly flooded with a familiar adrenaline hit. As the tears fall, your racing heart begins to settle. The crawling sensation under your skin stops. You have traded an uncertain peace you do not trust for a chaotic war you perfectly understand. This familiarity comes with a steep cost. By picking fights to soothe your own restlessness, you erode the foundation of trust. You exhaust the people who love you, creating the exact isolation you fear. Breaking this cycle requires the art of sitting still. You have to face the restlessness by allowing yourself to feel intensely, uncomfortably bored without reacting to the urge to create a problem. This brain map illustrates nervous system rewiring. When the urge to start a fight hits, pause and visually identify 5 safe objects. This physical action reroutes energy away from the survival-based amygdala and into the logic center of the prefrontal cortex. Breaking the escalation requires a specific kind of radical honesty. You must stop mid-sentence and confess to your partner. I am feeling overwhelmed by how quiet it is right now, and I am trying to create a problem because I don't know how to handle this piece. That admission stops the fight and signals a surrender to the healing process. You realize the heavy armor is no longer necessary. You let out a long exhale, and the internal war begins to end. This journey requires you to grieve for the child who never got to feel safe. But on the other side of that grief, The spoon stays on the counter. The evening remains quiet. You recognize that the war is over, and you finally learn how to live in the peace.